by filling him with holes. Anyway, his book details how he did it. It's called The Operator, former Navy SEAL Rob O'Neill. He splits more sides than a butcher on meth. Comedian Tom Cotter. Nice man. Her eyes are glassy. Her views are sassy. National Review reporter Kat Timpf. And 2018 is how much he benched this morning. Former bodyguard, massive sidekick Tyrus. Rob, I'm going to ask you how to rank the first week from 1 to kumquats.
It's an interesting week for sure, and if you kumquats.
Okay, kumquats.
Just naturally with the tweets coming out, the tweets are the best way for the president to talk directly to people. Now, I mean, I use Twitter for entertainment. He does too, apparently. He's the commander-in-chief. There are some things I think, it's kind of like the thing with, you write the nasty tweet, or the text that you don't send for a few hours to think about it.
Yeah.
But he's getting attention, and I think, you can have a sense of humor with things, and that's his way of joking. Should we be joking about nuclear war? No, but I don't think that necessarily will stop. If we're at a point where we're going to lead to nuclear war because of a tweet, it's, we're further in the future than I thought it.
Yeah, and what a crazy, fun world that would be. Huh? Tom, welcome to the I'm glad you brought your vest.
Thank you. I'm bringing the sweater vest back, everybody.
Yes,
it's coming back.
It's called the Santorum.
That's what it is.
I think that's, or maybe no, that's something else. Hey, thoughts so far, 2018?
He said that it would be so great that our heads would spin, and my head spun this morning.
Yes, yes.
Kind of like The Exorcist. Yeah, it's great. So far, so good.
Yes.
Except for the hypothermia.
Yes.
Other than that, it's been spectacular, but you can't blame him on that. Right?
Yeah, any high points, low points?
The stock market, again, how many records could we break in 1 week? It's ridiculous. And, the Dems have nothing to whine about in that realm right now. We're kicking butt. So I love that.
I wish I had money in the market.
You don't have Bitcoin?
I have money in one market.
Oh, boy.
What, Tyrus? Oh, you saw where that joke was going.
Yep, I just pumped the brakes.
All right. What do you think is so far the diplomacy, the domestic policy? 2018, is it the best year ever?
It's 5 days old. I don't know if it's the best day. I think it was the best week for really seeing what is important to the media. And it's shameful that a book that would be the same in any business, if anyone's ever hung out in the locker room or the water cooler with a disgruntled employee who got demoted, would say the same thing.
Yes.
So, on behalf of myself and everyone else who likes doing good at their job, Bannon.
Hey, Greg, I haven't been on the show in a while, but we're not live.
No, we're not live.
No, that'll be like a beep, or maybe a dolphin sound would be nice. I like that.
A dolphin sound. Put a dolphin sound, please, over what.
Please, New Year, it's dolphin sound.
And not the Bannon part. The other part.
Yeah.
All right, Kat, you have the floor or the seat or however you would like it. Go, say a thing.
All right. Let's see. At the risk of being called a cuckservative,
yes,
I did not love the tweet. But that was really my reaction. I was like, I don't love this. And then I went on about my day with zero concern about being blown up whatsoever.
Yes.
I don't understand why you can't just kind of not like something anymore.
Right.
That's not an option. You have to be convinced it's going to kill you. And I have enough stuff to worry about killing me already.
That's true. That's true. Me.
For one.
Yes.
Well, that's a small threat.
Yes. You can see me coming a mile away or smell me. You know what? I have a theory. Trump had no resolutions, right?
Of course not.
He had none. He was like, he didn't say less tweeting. Maybe I'll lay off CNN. He probably said one less cheeseburger after midnight.
He's on top of the world, Ma.
Yeah.
Why would he change anything?
Yeah.
And the North Korea thing, this is a little game. It's called good cop, bad cop.
Right.
He makes a bold statement. North Korea goes, huh? And then when Tillerson talks to him, they want to talk now.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not in the room with the button. He's making, and if you notice, Kim Jong-un seems to like to be, I'm on the same level of arguing with the president. People are taking notice of me. Oh, you know what? Call South Korea. Let's talk to him. So, he's not really going to push the button, jackasses. He's making a statement that draws attention, and everyone looks at North Korea and agrees, oh, well, you know what, maybe we need to do something because it's true, his button is bigger than ours.
I just hope before this show tapes and airs, he doesn't push the button because you're going to look really stupid, Tyrus.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be people walking around going, hey, Tyrus, nice call, bro.
And by the way, we probably won't air if that happens.
Yeah, we're in nuclear war.
Yeah, we'll be.
Of all the things going on, I'm going, man, they're going to hear what I said. Man, damn, I got three arms.
It'll be like the beginning of the
My
road.
baby's flying, but yeah, I'm worried about what I said on the Greg show. Come on, man.
All right, we got more coming up. Donald's giving out awards to people in the media. I hope I get best pecs. I've been working out, you know. Later, Kat Timp's masterclass, which means she's an expert at something. Finally! By the way, the producers asked me to tell you this is a unicorn horn, in case you don't get any ideas that I'm into something really weird. Anyway. All aboard for Trump's award. Donald has sent over 37,000 tweets in his lifetime, but this week's may have been a keeper. Quote, I will be announcing the most dishonest and corrupt media awards of the year on Monday at 5 o'clock. Awesome. That's when the 5 is on. He's going to make Monday so easy for me. I'm going to be drunk. No pants under the desk. Thanks, Mr. President. I'm not even going to shave my face. All right. But that award name is kind of a mouthful. The most dishonest and corrupt media awards. How about we just call them the Discos, which is short for dishonest and corrupt. See, Discos. And it'll cover dishonesty and bad reporting in different categories. Although I'm not sure what that means. Maybe Trump's breaking it down by gender, like worst male performance, worst female performance, or by policy, worst domestic fake news, worst foreign fake news, or the big one, which I guess would be the best picture of fake news. My vote's for Brian Ross and his overblown story about Donald Trump and Russia, which led to this.
Breaking news.
Oh, my God. Oh, breaking news. ABC News' Brian Ross is reporting Michael Flynn promised full cooperation to the Mueller team and is prepared to testify that as a candidate, Donald Trump directed him to make contact with the Russians. Yeah!
That didn't work out. I think the breaking news there was that she could read. Anyway. Poor guy got suspended. Anyway, all right, Tom, what do you make of these awards?
There's going to be 5,000 nominees in each category. First of all, it's a train wreck. I watched another network that rhymes with CMM on the night that Trump was elected at 3 a.m. just to watch them have a nervous breakdown. They were literally tears.
I know, there were people crying.
Stephanopoulos was like weeping.
Yes.
So I just think it's going to be a field day. That's why he tweets, because he needs to connect with people directly, and because the media is just going to besmirch him and throw him under the bus at every turn.
Besmirch, sorry.
I said besmirch. I did.
You like that word, don't you?
Yeah.
That's in my head forever.
Yeah, it is a great word. Kat, how should the media respond to this? Should they?
They're going to love it.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. 2 reasons. Anybody who wins one of these will love it. First of all, they don't like President Trump, so they'll say his dismissal is a compliment. Also, nobody's in the public eye or pursues a career where they're going to be in the public eye if they don't, on some level, think all recognition is good.
Mm-hmm.
Like me, for example.
Yes.
I won the messiest desk award every single year in grade school.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that it's not technically an award, but I was getting my name out there.
You know, it's true. It's true. And you haven't changed at all. I mean,
No.
it's spread beyond your desk, I am afraid.
Well, now that my desk is so messy at work, other people just put their trash on it because they assume I won't notice.
Yeah, they're trash.
It's their it's not all, it's about 70% my trash.
Yes, that's...
That 30% is very rude.
All right, Rob, do you think, I think this actually helps the media. He helps the media because I call it the PTW, prove Trump wrong effect. So you don't want him to have any ammo, so you actually better yourself.
Well, I mean, they're taking advantage of this right now. They're putting out ads in Times Square and front page things in newspapers.
True.
With Trevor Noah and Stephen Colbert. They're having fun with it, and I wish it could be at a point where you could make light of some of the stuff and maybe one of the things where we learn from differences, not from all agreeing. It's like for me, like patriotism isn't where we're like Joy Behar cheering because the president might fail, which means the country might fail, and my party wins. You know, we should be for America. I don't know what the point I'm getting at, but there's no. Even at a point working for Fox News, and all of a sudden when Fox News says something must be wrong and everyone else is right, you know, it's just this weird this political thing. Hillary Clinton, 33,000 deleted emails after a subpoena from Congress, and they're like, oh, that was just misplacement. You don't misplace 33,000 emails, and then in case you can't find the delete folder, you go outside and shatter the damn hard drive.
Yeah, I know.
But they won't report that because that was just she just doesn't know what she was doing.
If she deleted, I just want to know how to do that. If that turns out that it's true, because that's a lot of pressing, Tyrus. A lot of pressing. All right. That's your life. That's going to be your life. All right. What do you make of these awards?
Well, not just the awards, but it's actually besmirched the NFL. Ratings are down on all the other major things because of all this feud between President Trump and the media. Yeah. And I think most of these reporters, it's an award. I bet they'll rock the trophy.
Yeah, that's true.
I bet they'll take it. They'll be like, oh, I'll wear it as a badge of honor.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Is there a check?
Yeah.
I mean, literally, they will not resist, because if it was really about their integrity or whatever, they wouldn't acknowledge it. Just like they tell you, ignore somebody or whatever, they wouldn't acknowledge, but they are acknowledging, because one, it'll get them some more ratings. People will want to see what their response is. And two, if he does, and usually President Trump, everything he does is big time, there'll probably be some lovely trophies to the point where I might want to drop some lies about him this weekend so I could possibly pick one up. Here's one better. I wish he'd push it back. We could host it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know what I'm saying? I would host it in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we'd be allowed to, though.
Why not?
I think.
You think we're up for one?
I think we might be. I think.
It's a trophy.
I think Stelter should get one. Stelter's really grown up. He was a guest on Red Eye. I think I gave that little fella his start, and look where he is now.
Or scarred him to make him what he is today.
I think that he should win the. I don't know what it is.
Creepy guy award?
Well, no, overall best disco, because if you look at him, he kind of reminds me of the strobe light from Saturday Night Fever. All right. Still to come, it's the book no one has read, but everyone's talking about. No, not Atlas Shrugged. Jab at you libertarians. We discuss the salacious new book on President Trump's White House next.
Live from America's News headquarters, I'm Marianne Rafferty. A real scare for passengers aboard a JetBlue flight tonight. The plane heading to the Dominican Republic returned to Boston's Logan Airport when smoke filled the plane's cockpit. Passengers and crew members also complained of an unusual odor. Several passengers reportedly became ill. JetBlue is inspecting the plane. And tonight, legendary astronaut John Young is being remembered as a space pioneer. He was NASA's longest-serving astronaut and the first person to fly 6 times into space. He was also the 9th man to walk on the moon. Young died Friday at 87 following complications from pneumonia. And actor Jerry Van Dyke has died. He appeared on numerous television shows, but is probably best known for his Emmy-nominated role on the TV series Coach. He's the younger brother of Dick Van Dyke. Jerry Van Dyke was 86. I'm Marianne Rafferty. Now back to the Greg Gutfeld Show.
Trump's no lover of this hardcover. I speak of the scathing new book, Fire and Fury, Inside the Trump White House, which describes the dysfunction and infighting during the 2016 campaign and the first year of Donald Trump's presidency. The White House called it trashy tabloid fiction. And earlier this week, the president had sent a cease and desist letter to stop publication, but the book was released on Friday. I've already read it, meaning I'm lying. I didn't. Anyway, here's the gist from what I can tell from the excerpts. Trump is just like us in that he was surprised he won. Some of his employees get annoyed by him. Every boss has those, except me, of course. I am beloved. He eats cheeseburgers in bed. Don't we all? You should see what I eat on the toilet. Oh, stop booing me. And on the first day on the job, there was chaos. So what? We knew that already. And besides, every first day or week on the job is hell. It still is for me. Here's me trying to drive myself to work today.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I was maybe an hour late. Cat, theory. Everybody says about their boss. God knows what's been said about me, by other people who happen to work with me. Who knows? Isn't that normal, Cat?
Yeah.
Don't you dare tell
Yeah,
me.
it is normal. It is normal.
No,
What do you
Kat.
think? Yeah.
No.
But what I don't understand is why this person was allowed access to the White House in
Yeah.
the first place. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. You're going to have somebody who is known for doing this kind of stuff and saying, yeah, come on over. I mean, President Trump says he didn't give him any access, but he loves attention so much that I'm certain that he absolutely did. But that's like if you really liked a guy and you went out on a date with him and then invited a gossip columnist who's also that guy's ex-girlfriend. That's how bad this is.
It is. I do think that maybe he didn't think about it all the way through, Tom, but he's not a politician.
No.
This is what happens.
I think Bannon was friends with this guy, right? And didn't he have him in here? That's my hypothesis. I'm going with it. You want to make fun of a hypothesis? There it is.
No, I like to besmirch.
All right, we'll go with
I've always wanted to use it in a sentence, bro.
Good.
And you put it out there for me.
Besmirching Trump, so it's perfect. I love
Besmirching
when
my
CNN
feelings right
reported it. They kept saying Wolf, which is the guy's name, but you're thinking it's Wolf Blitzer, so you think it's credible. It's not credible.
It's not
crap.
credible. I think, Rob, that some of it, a lot of the quotes are real, but he uses it to shape a story.
Well, they're going to find out soon that a lot of the quotes aren't real. The most surprising thing you're going to find in the book, though, is the button on the desk, the magic button they keep talking, actually opens a trap door to drop the person into a bondage dungeon that was built by Bill Clinton and Matt Lauer.
Oh, I had no.
You can see that one?
Nice.
I might have made that up.
I think that's in page 75. Yeah, I haven't gotten to that part, Tyrus. You already talked about this in the A block, but you get a second stab at it. How about it?
Man. Bannon, man, he's terrible. Listen, you are 110% right. This was clearly one of those issues where Trump's loyalty has come back to bite him on the ass. Bannon was probably 100% behind this guy's access. From what I've seen, the book is pretty much him bitching, and it's also during the time when he was losing favor. Trump looks to me like he runs he ran his campaign and he's running his presidency a lot like his TV show, where he has groups of people working against each other, so he gets the best idea, so people compete. So, of course, when you compete, you're going to talk trash, bury, sabotage, stab people in the back. Remember when you stabbed me in the back? They do things like that. I'm kidding. She never did that. I stabbed her in the back. But the point is, they fight. It's a pit. And then the best idea, then he picks them. And whoever gets favor, the president gives that. Ivanka got favor, so Bannon got pissed.
He was writing good stuff about the president during the transition. And President Trump noticed that. And that's how he's going to get access. This guy's writing good stuff, so we're going to let him in. And there's going to be chaos with any turnover. And this guy's a wolf in sheep's clothing, if you will. See what I did there?
I like it.
Yeah, I
Well
like
done.
that. That was good.
But he knew that.
I don't get it.
If he got favor with the White House, they're going to let him in and just trust him because they weren't part of the swamp at first. They don't realize that the media is not going to be that honest, and they'll
Never trust anyone ever.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Ever. Including all you.
The microphone is always on.
Yeah, that is
Everything's
true.
on the
By the way,
record.
no, the cell phone is now a recorder, but have you noticed that this guy, Michael Wolff, he reminds me of somebody. Do we have a side-by-side? Glasses on. I have to defend Michael Wolff, and I think he's a good writer. I've said this before. And I do think a lot of that is true because in chaos, people say something. Okay, I used this metaphor on the 5 yesterday. Like when a sports team is going under transition, when they're getting new coaches, there are players that are angry.
been that player.
Yeah, there are players that are angry and players that are going to stick around. And the players that are angry are going to be talking crap about the other guy. And by the way, this happened in the Clintons. This happened to Obama. The problem, I think, with the book is that he shaped it too much to form a narrative, to be a story that he wanted to tell. So the little pieces might have been true, but then what he did was he took them out of context and shaped it into a book that is selling like hotcakes. By the way, Do hotcakes sell? I don't know.
No.
Boy, that's a really bad old joke, isn't it? Yeah, thanks for the courtesy laugh. Killer of Bin Laden. Call me when you've done something. I host a show. All right. Coming up, is he out to impede your weed? Jeff Sessions' new policy on legal pot. That's next.
Coaching means making.
He's out to fry your innocent high. This week, Attorney General and my squash partner, Jeff Sessions, lifted Obama-era rules that discouraged enforcement of federal marijuana laws in states where it's legal. In a one-page memo, my favorite kind. Sessions says when devoting resources to marijuana cases, prosecutors should consider the seriousness of the crime and the impact of the community. It's still unclear if Sessions' decision will impact sales of the drug, but in places where legal pot has flourished, lawmakers are not happy. Here's Colorado Republican Senator Cory Gardner.
Then Senator Sessions told me that marijuana simply wasn't going to be on President Trump's agenda. That was back in the spring of 2016. And up until 8:58 this morning, that was the policy. One tweet later, one policy later, a complete reversal of what many of us on the Hill were told before the confirmation, what we had continued to believe the last year, and without any notification, conversation, or dialogue with Congress. Completely reversed.
Dude, mellow. Somebody get him an edible.
What we had continued to believe the last year, and without any notification, conversation, or dialogue with Congress.
It does work. All right, Kat, is this a mistake on Sessions' part? I find it kind of confusing. I'm wondering if he's just doing this for his conscience and then saying, you guys go ahead.
He's doing it because he's weirdly obsessed with drugs and
who
the
isn't?
drug war. There shouldn't even be federal power in this area to begin with. Supreme Court ruled that it's because of under the powers for interstate commerce that the federal government even has control of this at all. And I think that doesn't make any sense. And I think anyone would say it doesn't make any sense. Marijuana should be not just decriminalized, but legalized. There's no argument otherwise. There really isn't, especially when people say, oh, but this, but they drink alcohol. It's like the same thing.
I have a theory on that.
Yeah.
But I'll get to that theory.
But it's weird. I can't imagine Jeff Sessions in his life with all the stuff he has going on at the DOJ, and the thing that he's thinking in his head is, I've got to keep all these strangers away from that plant. I mean, come on.
Rob, you were high when you killed Bin Laden.
3 stories up.
Yeah.
High in Pakistan. Yeah, it's funny listening to Cory Gardner. I'm sure he has the best intentions. He strikes me as someone that would say marijuana cigarettes. I don't know. I mean, I'm in agreement with Kat. I mean, there's a lot of. I'm not going to get into it here, on the whole soapbox thing. But I will say this: the Dow went over 25,000. I would, if they get rid of, they don't legalize marijuana, I would not be buying stock in Cheetos or Taco Bell.
That is true. Tyrus, do you think law enforcement kind of wants legalization because these unnecessary laws create unnecessary situations, right?
Yes, and they put unnecessarily non-criminals in jail with criminals, which create more problems.
Right.
Here's the thing. Sessions, you got enough problems, bruh. Nobody likes you. You're almost close to getting a man, Sessions, at this point. Only reason why he did this, that's why it's a one-page memo, he said, Obama, if I take something away that Obama did, Trump will love me again. No, bro, it's not going to work. Now you done pissed everybody else off. Leave the stuff alone. Focus on what you're supposed to be doing. It's just like I feel insurance. I feel everything should be state by state. You make your decisions where you live. If people want to smoke in California, great. If they don't want to smoke in Louisiana, great. It's their choice, their state. Let the people vote on it. Stay out of it. But Louisiana, it'd be cool if you could vote some stuff in. That'd be nice. Appreciate it. But
Tom, I think I'm for legalization, even though I know there will be consequences, because I think that life is about consequences. You can't prevent them. You just have to see what happens. My theory is, because booze got there first, we are been trained to believe we could only handle one vice. And so everybody, no, we can do both. We can do alcohol. Martinis are fine after work, but you smoke pot, you go to jail. That's why I think we have to unlearn this idea, and I think it's a generational thing.
Yeah, and I think the younger generation has a grasp. The millennials kind of get it, I think.
Well, that's because they're lazy potheads.
That's probably why.
I wanted to sound like a Fox News contributor. Those lazy potheads don't know what it's like to work. Anyway,
I occasionally smoke marijuana every single day, and I know.
and that's I ruined your joke.
It stunts your growth. No, it's okay. It was ruined before you said it. Here's the thing. Why would you? He wants to crack down on it. Crack down on crack. You know,
Yeah.
crack down on. Right now we have a heroin epidemic. Marijuana. Nobody's selling their body to get a bag of weed. You know what I mean? It's different. Marijuana will make you laugh at your grandmother falling down the stairs. I grant that.
Yes.
But heroin might make you push your grandmother down the stairs, and crack will make you rob her when she lands at the bottom.
And eat
There's
her.
a difference between these drugs, and you can tax it. Colorado is a example of how wonderful it can be, I think, and so I think they should. States' rights, as you said, leave California alone.
Do you know? I got to wrap it up, but you know what drives me crazy, and I'm talking about some of my friends. They want to ban something because they don't like it. That's not why you ban. That's not the criteria. Maroon 5 would not exist if it were up to me. But I'm not. You know, and the thing, it's like. I'm for legalizing prostitution. I have never tried it. I don't think it's particularly healthy, but I believe it should be legal.
I agree.
You know, it shouldn't. It's like you don't ban something because you don't like it, because then there'd be nothing. Right?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Somebody said well said into my ear. Thank you, everybody. All right, coming up. Will your online